He is France. I am Vlad. Welcome to Let's Talk Battle Rap Podcast, sponsored by Let's Talk LetsTalkBattleRap.com, the only place where you can get the latest editorials, news, recaps, stats, and facts on battle rap. That's Let's Talk LetsTalkBattleRap.com. We're coming off a big weekend, man. The trenches weekend, so we're not going to waste any more time. France, what up, player?
Buenos dias. Happy Monday to all. Fresh off of the weekend, the first installment of events for this crazy month of June. You know what I'm saying? We still got another 4 or 5 events this June. It's gonna be a really fun month for battle rap, but
About
the
to get
trenches really the
ridiculous.
trenches set the tone for the month. You know
Boy,
what I'm
did it
saying?
ever.
Did it ever.
Oh man, did it ever? It's gonna be a fun show, man.
Yeah, it
So
is.
much to talk about.
Yeah.
So much from the battles to the madness surrounding the battles to
Is
the
this the
post battles. Oh my gosh, man.
to things that might happen after this podcast? Is this the
Keep your
bull?
eyes peeled, man.
Is
Is
this the
this the
bull?
bull, man? Is it? I think it might be, yo. Word, man. But hey, man, to everyone watching on YouTube, thank you guys for following. We would like for you guys to hit the subscribe button, hit the like on your way out if you enjoyed this video. You know, man, we're growing the YouTube community. So thank you, everyone, and to all our Spotify, Apple and Stitcher people. Thank you for always supporting, man. Hit that subscribe. But let's waste no more time, man. We've tickled them enough, France. Let's get to it, player.
Hey, yeah. All right, man.
Hey, yeah.
First off, shout out to Johnny Mac from First 48 Philly, hosting the face-offs. And the face-offs are pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Crispy audio, on point, not too late, you know what I'm saying? Everything's a little delayed, but Easy was pretty
It's battle rap
punctual.
time. Yeah.
Easy was better than battle rap time, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be honest, he was very punctual with his entire operation this weekend. The face-offs are cool. The Reed and Easy face-off had me like, oh.
That was a good one.
I was like, are you talking that ish right here? Reset. Everything that you watched growing up that made you was going to be in front of you. Heavy
Mm.
work. Only thing is that ended up kind of being the whole theme of his battle. But you know what I'm
So
saying?
what, man? But it was good though, man. It was good, France.
Yeah,
It was
it
good.
was, it was. But we kicked the night off with K Walker and Riggz. You know what I'm saying? The battle that had no modifications on the card. You know what I'm
The only
saying?
original battle from the card.
Yes, yes. And K Walker's a solid battle rapper out of Philly that, everybody kind of knows him a little bit more for like being a part of the movement from all the Philly artists than more of what's production on the stage. And Riggs was a solid mid tier on the league, no longer on the league, went to King of the Dot, had a pretty good run out there on the season, and then kind of just kind of been like in like just wandering, just wondering what's the next move for him. You know what I'm saying? Managed by Tony Bro now. And, again, since like I said, Riggs is a solid mid tier on the league. So he has some experience. He has a very high competitive gene in him. So you could have expected this battle to, at the very least, be two guys that are going to give maximum effort. And that's exactly what they did. You know what I'm saying? K Walker sets the battle off. And oh boy, it was ready to look like one of those nights where it's like, oh shit, what y'all gonna do with this Philly crowd, man? What is y'all gonna do with this Philly crowd? Riggs' first round was pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? K Walker was clearly in a very commanding spot. Has a really good second round too. And I'm thinking to myself, are we on our way to 30 Town? 30 Town just left 30 Town.
Oh wow.
I think you froze over there, so you might need to
Yeah,
come
I'm coming
again.
right back, player.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, yo, is K Walk about to 30 Riggs? But then Riggs, like I said earlier, an experienced mid-tier with stripes, a solid resume, some real pain. This is not a new guy. This is somebody that's been around for shit, maybe 10 years now. You know what I'm saying? I think he goes back to as far as like 2012 battling. So Riggs got a decade in the game. All right, Vlad is back. Yeah,
Sorry,
Vlad.
man. It usually happens at the end of the show. This thing, your
So,
friend, I
so
pay $40 a month for my internet, and it still does this. I don't know
hey,
if it's
listen.
God or the internet. I'm getting tight, man. It wants me to plug in the Ethernet cord. I'm like, yo, You want me to
I usually
go
get the net
buy
cord.
the box, man? Come
Yeah.
on, like
My box is right here, so I usually get the net cord.
oh, well, good for you, man. I can't do that where in the room I'm in right now, as you can
Fair
see from
enough.
the background. You know what I'm
Fair
saying?
enough.
But
Fair
I'm back
enough.
though. Yo, France, man, I
Yeah.
was
What
pleasantly surprised by the first
talk
battle,
about K
big
Walker and
dog.
Riggs. Talk about K Walker and
Let's
Riggs.
talk about K Walker's first round.
Yeah.
K Walker's first round was kind of crazy. From his demeanor to the way he carry it, whenever they're doing the interviews and all that stuff, he's super humble, doesn't sell anything. So it's like you're not really expecting much. And from some of the past performances, there's been flashes, but a lot of times there's more to be desired. But that first round, he was going stupid, man. K Walker, he had so many flows, man, so many punches, and they were hard hitting punches, and the setups, everything was just right. The aggression was just right, man. K Walker, that first round is the blueprint to your style and your delivery and all of that stuff, man. That was super impressive, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I thought this was gonna be a long night for Riggs, boy.
That's what I
Because
thought too. That's what I
yeah, that
thought. That's what I
first round,
thought.
I was like, Riggs, this ain't it, man. And I'm like, this Philly crowd about to grind you up, ball, if you don't come with another round. But yo, surprisingly, no, Riggs, not surprisingly, Riggs stepped it up though. In the second, he stepped it up, and then I thought his third round was pretty dope, man, because it was like a one long multi flip, actually two multis. You know what I mean? He had two multi patterns that he really rocked, and I thought it was pretty dope, man. I thought Riggs definitely got the third. K Walker definitely got a lot of chatty patty, man, talking about all the boot
Yeah,
knocking
what
that's
was
going
that
on
about? I
with
was like,
Riggs and other random people. I don't know, man. He's talking about Riggs' sister and the
I
X
thought
Y.
it, I thought it
And
was
then
interesting because like I've seen a lot of like comments and like people on the timeline was like, "This is messy," and I'm like, "Oh, now y'all drawing the line."
the whole recard, this whole card was messy. First of all, man.
I was like,
So
yeah. I'm like,
K
first
Walker's
off,
like,
I
hold
was
my
like, first
beer.
off, K Walker's like, let me get in, let me get a piece of this. Like now is where I draw the line. If you just swap K Walker and Arsenal, y'all would cheer this on right now.
Oh my
Like,
gosh, yeah,
you
man.
know,
So K Walker's
so
talking about
I ain't had no problem with it. I ain't had no
so
problem with it
a lot of
personally.
pillow talking, man. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
so I think
yeah,
that kind of took away from like what he was doing in the first. He was just, I mean, it's just barring away, just piecing it up something lovely. And sometimes you get sidetracked. You do more of the, the dirt talk and all that, the personal stuff or whatever, and it kind of took away from it. Whereas Riggs stayed on, the battling course. You know what I mean? But I really was impressed by Riggs' third. I thought the multis were really dope. And the second one, it could be a toss up. I personally lean more towards Riggs in the second round. But if you got K Walker first and second, I'm not really mad at you, but I thought Riggs definitely bounced back because it was looking dark for him in that first round. And he
yeah.
knew it too. He was like, don't do me like that, Philly. Don't do me
No,
like that. Don't do
I
me like
think this
that.
is the moment in time where Riggs' experience as a battle rapper showed, right? Like when I said, but when you stepped out the stream yard for a second, is like he's been battling since 2012. You know what I'm saying? This isn't
Yeah.
a new guy, and obviously from the pain he's gotten on URL, like I actually got to be at Riggs' PG battles, back in like I think he had one in 2015, I believe, if
Those
I'm not
Atlanta
mistaken.
joints, right?
I wasn't there for that one, but the ones in Atlanta, like I was
Yeah.
there for those. Like when he
Yeah.
battled
Yeah.
Riggs, like I was there for that, and obviously I've been to some of his battles during the app era, and then he's got a little bit of a run on URLs at the JC battle. But his bigger,
At the
I guess,
drugs battle.
his more polished run, where he looked more of a complete battle rapper, was like his run during the season at King of the Dot against Lotta Zay, against Sil Severe, Scotty. He's got some names. He got A Ward on the resume. Obviously, the Geechi battle, even though it didn't go his way. C3, Clones, Clips, Cortez. So like the man is experienced. Man is very, very experienced. And I feel like him riding uphill and also finding a way to match that avalanche that K Walker had put in front of him after the first two rounds really showed the experience and poise of what it's like to be like, yo, I've competed at a high level. It's like taking a guy from the NBA and putting them overseas. You know what I'm saying? And they look very, very polished, and then they got the footwork going, and they know how to create spacing for themselves. And it's like, oh, hold up, this guy's pretty good. Yeah, he know what to do. He's bald. You know,
He's good, just not as good
yeah.
as them. That's it.
Damn, when you say it like that, I would say he just hasn't got opportunities like them. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
You clean that up pretty good, man. Clean that up pretty good. Like that. Like that. It's a new France. It's a new week, man. You turn over a new leaf. Last week you were France academics. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Now you're back to
I,
regular old France, man.
I still, I'm not out the clear yet. It's still a long Monday.
Yeah, you ain't lying, man. You ain't lying, boy.
But okay,
Whew.
so I do want to say this. The battle's super debatable. I did have Riggz winning the last 2 rounds because I feel like he wrote uphill. But I want to say this: K Walker has not only the bar of the battle, but
Oh yeah.
possibly the bar of the night. The man said, "I didn't know what a double entendre was till I seen a plug wear a wire."
Yeah. That was fun. And then,
Bruh, how do you? It's like, but all right, hold on. He has lines like that is explosive, powerful, really good, really quick and simple, quotable. And then he'll go to a bar after that, just like Carolina. I didn't like that Carolina bar. I'll be honest, I didn't like that Carolina bar. I know the room liked it. I wasn't in the room. Maybe I had to be there for it. I ain't like that bar.
yeah, I'm sure the energy in the room definitely carried over. But no, I hear you, man. That's what I was saying. Like when you look at the first round and how crazy that was, and then you look at the second and the third, you're like, okay, you see where the drop off was, you see what really worked in the first, and you're like, just do more of that. You know what I'm saying? More of that, man. And listen, man, K Walker, I apologize, bro. I really was not expecting much. You know what I'm saying? As harsh as that sounds, but he really showed up, man. He showed up and he helped give the night a good boost, a good start. And I think this card definitely really needed that, man. And he delivered. He played his role. He played his role on Saturday.
He played the hell out of his role. Good job, Caleb Martin, Max Struess. You know what I'm saying? You was hitting them threes and defending and getting the hustle balls and cutting to the basket. Like
Hey,
you,
yeah.
he did everything and more that you could have asked of him. And I know everybody will look at K Walker again, like I said, and kind of recognize him a little bit more of his stature in Philly, his unity, and how he's
Right.
always there for everybody more than his production.
He's like a
But he's
glue guy. You know what I mean? Like
he's
kind of
like your
keeps everyone together in Philadelphia, all the battle
exactly.
rappers.
He's like those players like on a roster that don't really get the minutes, but there are such like locker room supportive energy that you need that kind of keeps
Mhm.
everybody like stabilized and going and functioning. He's like a Theo Pinson from the Mavs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh! From the
So
you're getting deep on the bench now, brother.
listen, but that's the point. That's the point. And when his time is called upon, he's ready to play. And K Walker, you showed up to play, bro. Well,
I sure did, man.
I can't wait till you check out your recap article because he was like, I can't wait to see what y'all write about me. And I was like, I can't wait to write about you.
And
But
you're like, oh, I gotta write some positive now. Ah.
I was gonna use some good vocab regardless of the results.
Right. Yo, man, and shout out to Riggz, man. It takes two, and he definitely made it a battle. That's
You know,
worth watching.
shout outs to Tone Collector. I mean Tony, bro.
The Tone Collector. Yo, I really thought it was Bill Collector for a hot second, man. I was like, yo, Bill Collector kind of going crazy for Riggz. What's going on here?
Bill,
and I was
bro.
like, yo, that's Tone, bro. I was like, ah.
That's Bill, bro.
Look who crept up out the shadows. I was like,
This
my man popped out and said, I ain't hiding. I'm here. He had the shades on, though, but he wasn't hiding.
This is where I want to give Tony Bro credit for move on to the next battle. Obviously, of course, at the end of the day, just like indie sports, right? The coach give you a motivational speech, and everybody helps you get prepped up. But it's up to you to execute at the end of the day, right? And extenuate your talents and skills, and assess everything that's happening in real time. But I know for a fact, Tony Bro, somebody that's in Riggz' ear, giving him good advice, helping him get prepared, and getting him ready for this moment. And when Riggz is like in front of that K Walker first round, and you can see Tony Bro just lean over and say something, he's just probably right at that moment just like, yo, trust the process, trust your work, trust your material. I don't know what he said to him. But clearly he's
you just got your ass kicked round one, boy.
but clearly
like,
he's composed and he's just in the moment as much as Riggz is, and you got to give him credit for being able to have his artists ready for a moment like this.
Yeah, man. And
if Riggz was anything less, that Philly crowd was going to annihilate him.
Yo, he needed Tone Bro to say, "Hey man, don't do this, bro. Don't do this."
Yeah,
And then told he was turning up when it was time to turn up, man. He got in his Philly bag. I'm like, dude is becoming part of the battles now, man. Like he's a hype man, manager slash hype man now. This is getting out of control.
yeah.
But good battle, man. Good way to start off the night.
So then we get Real Deal and Dub the Phenom next, and I got to be honest, the pacing just changed completely from this battle to the
The,
previous one,
the
right?
whole energy in the building just changed. It's like
Like,
everything just kind of got quiet, came down, and people are like, we're gonna be respectful. We know we're Philly, but we're gonna be respectful. We're gonna listen. And I felt like with this battle, it wasn't really until the third round where everything started really, you know, where Real Deal started really turning up and going into that Real Deal mode that we know and love that we expect from him. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, we got to remember that a lot of these battles are on short prep time, couple of weeks and stuff like that, and it's not necessarily like, hey, Real Deal was like, give me Dub the Phenom. I need to battle him, so he would already be hyped up to write about it. So, we got to take that with a grain of salt when it comes to, certain battles that are thrown together at the last minute. But this one was kind of a letdown, man, a little bit. You know what I mean? And but
yeah,
that
I
third
mean,
round from Real Deal was dope though.
yeah, Real Deal showed championship level DNA and obviously handled business. Was able to secure a win for himself every round. His third round was definitely his best round. Dubbed the Phenom. At one point, he was like, "I just got paid to watch Reed and Easy," and it's like we can tell.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
tell. I mean, I'll be honest, man. Like I was never that high on Dub the Female. So whenever people talked about like him being on the card, I was just kind of like, this is somebody I seen Henny Man demolish a couple years ago in Philly. You know what I'm saying? I know he has a little bit of a track record here. People kind of respect his grindstone to come up, but I'm just like, isn't there more names out there in the world that's a little bit more talented or can give a little bit more effort or have more of a ceiling for a card of this magnitude than him? And the tempo was slow, the cadence was slow, the content wasn't that like nothing sticked in the battle. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
Yeah.
you can have good rapping even if the content of the bars aren't for you, and you can admire at least like, okay, cool. He's I like this pocket, I like this flow, I like this scheme, I like this multi. I didn't really have anything to really say that I checked off that I enjoyed from history rounds. Real Deal Stir round was definitely the highlight of the battle.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's pretty much the positive to take home from this battle because everything else you ain't really writing back home about it. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, friends, I ain't gonna lie, man. I got a little nervous because I'm like, there's only two battles left. The first one definitely was a surprise. And can we talk about after the first battle? When when Easy got on the microphone and started, talking and doing his little intermission there?
You
Can
know,
we
we didn't
talk
talk.
about that?
Yeah, actually, we should have talked about that first because first off, seeing Easy the Block Captain front, center, in the middle, right? The aesthetics of the trenches look good. Like the angles, they had two camera angles, nice small compact room. You see all the Philly forefront guys right at the front of the camera, so it's
Yeah.
like a handful of it's like a little bit of mixture of fans, but mostly a lot of familiar faces in the MCs that you know. And the Easy in his league owner bag right there, and then he's even calling time on these battles. This is Easy the Clock Captain now. You know what I'm saying?
The parallel universe, B. What's going
You
on
know,
here?
it really looked
Time, boy.
it really looked interesting. It looked good, honestly. It looked good to see him in that position, and more importantly, it showed me how locked in he was. That obviously he hosted the first battle. At that moment, he probably could have said, "Let me let Johnny or Muslim Poppy host the next two while I go get ready, or host the last battle before my battle." He hosted every battle and battled himself there. So like we'll give Easy more credit when we get to his battle too, but the aesthetic of just seeing him in that spot was dope.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. And also, I guess we can speak about the aesthetics too, because I don't know, for some reason I thought it was gonna be at the TLA because they kept saying like TLO or something like that. And I'm like, oh, is that a Philly accent where I just can't understand what they're saying. So when I saw it, I was like, this ain't the TLA. This is like Gates of the Garden, like a basement bashment, like a hall that you rent out or something like that. But yeah, listen, man, friends, we've been in person where we've seen Avocado just take open spaces or basketball courts and then all of a sudden change it into a thing where you think he's at some like
Yeah.
upscale studio. You know what I'm saying? So he made it look good. Definitely look grimy. It definitely gave it a throwback feel
For
to
for
the battles
for,
and stuff. So it definitely, the aesthetics was definitely very pleasing, man. They made it work.
for further context to the TLO is an event complex spot that's actually mostly used for like lounges and banquet halls, bro. So
That's
like
what I
he
figured. Yeah.
he used a place that's like known for sophistication and professionalism and turned it into the trenches. Like if that isn't the most Gutta thing ever, like that's just fire to me. Imagine you taking this nice little banquet hall and then just say, yo, we're making this shit straight gangster today.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine like if you booked like a wedding reception at the same time as they got this battle rap event going on?
You got a reception. you, you got a reception at 10:30. You got to fix. You know how like
The time in between.
nah, this venue got mad range because it's like you go to like Barclays and then like they break down the ice and then
Yeah,
put the
yeah.
basketball
With
court.
the basketball joy, yeah.
And TLO's like, all right, rap time over. Back to the reception and banquets.
Oh my
Here's the
god, yo,
white tables and
boy.
the white sheets.
That's your wife, boy. Got a fatty. It was be crazy, man. Nah, yeah, because I was like TLO, TL. I was like, oh, they got the TLA. That's about to be lit. But interesting fact, Easy did do an interview afterwards with Uncle Rod, and he did say that he believes he sold about 250 tickets or so, close to 300, I believe he said. So we know for a fact that Easy the Block Captain's name alone, in his hometown will bring out 250 to 300 off the first event. So people just get a taste to see like what it would be like. So not bad numbers, you know what I'm saying, to do in
Yeah, yeah.
person, to for solid tickets. And the stream was very smooth. The stream was very smooth, very clear. We didn't have any issues with the audio or anything like that. So got to give props for that. And the time management was good. Also, the intermissions with all the battles playing was definitely very, very refreshing, because what it did was it hypnotized you to be in the Philadelphia mind state so you could prepare yourself for the flows and the bars and the nostalgia. So by the time that Reed and Easy battle, you are in full mode. You're going back to, 2004 through 8, 9. You know what I'm saying? So
Maybe even earlier. Maybe even
yeah, maybe
earlier.
even earlier, and even just some of the videos and just some classic moments. Like it just brought you back to like, because friends, believe it or not, Philadelphia battle rap is how I discovered YouTube. My man sent me a link to
Yeah,
Cicero dissing Cassidy, and
yeah.
then all of a sudden everything was on the side. I'm like, who's Reed? Who's NH? Who's Kaboom? And I went down a wormhole. And that's how I pretty much discovered YouTube. So when Reed is telling people like Philadelphia battle rap helped blow YouTube up, he's not lying, because it introduced YouTube to me on like a level where I would consistently go back to that site. I may have been on YouTube and didn't even think about it before, but from that point on, I knew that YouTube was a thing because of this. You know what I mean? So smart play, man, to play those
Uh,
instead of the same old
it was brilliant.
Geechi and twerk songs over and over. I like the songs, don't get me wrong, but heard them enough, avocado. You know what I'm saying? So I
It's not even that I
appreciate
heard.
it.
It's not even that I heard him enough. It's that like I haven't seen an intermission yet dedicated to the theme of an event. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
I
Just
haven't
playing the
seen that.
battles. Yep. Yep.
So for him to do that, obviously it like represented like how nostalgic all of these things are. This is the foundation of Philly. It's kind of what he grew up on, not just what he grew up on. Battle rap fans that have been around from that era grew up on,
Yeah.
and battle rap fans that are not familiar with that era gets a chance to get a little sneak peek and taste of it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was absolutely brilliant. And it's something that I don't think I've seen ever done, because it's like everybody always talks about really caring about the roots and the foundation and the history of battle rap, or the rappers that kind of build the foundation to become battle rap. Because keep in mind, a lot of those freestyles, they weren't necessarily, those are just freestyles that people eventually ended up using in battles. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when NH is spitting his Rex round, I'm like, I forgot he recycled this because was originally a freestyle.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't care how
That's
much
how
your
it was.
motherfucking watch costs. I'll make you take your
Wow,
motherfucking watch
yeah.
off. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, that's right. He recycled this. And then I'm like, the real ones will recognize this from the Rex battle before they from the freestyle.
Right.
And and the list goes on of all the guys that just have countless freestyles and DVDs. I think it was a special thing for Easy to do, and it shows how much homage he's paying back to the city. I don't think I've seen a city as unified lately than Philly, honestly.
Yeah, and it was him paying close attention to details and adding a personal touch that other leagues haven't done. You know what I'm saying? So Easy added his own touch to it, man. And I or Avocado, I'm not sure. Maybe it was a collaboration or whoever thought about it. But nonetheless, man, it was definitely appreciated. And to see guys like Brick of Raw, to see Kaboom, to see Steel, to see
And
I mean
age.
Jay Dose, man. He was man, Jay Dose, that smack appearance.
There's a
My
clip of
brother.
a 15-year-old K Walker.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I
this
mean,
this
it's
this
so
it's so
many
much.
people, so many. Yo, these dudes were like the first drill rappers. Yo, they would get on the DVD, say your name, the issue they got a problem with you with, and then like they would see each other. You know what I'm saying? And like either whatever happened happened. You know what I mean? But I mean, from the D Jones situations to getting caught in the projects and all that.
Rain Man, and like
Rain Man and Reed going back and forth, talking crazy, son. 29-year-old with
crazy.
a R word face. And I'm like, oh, I remember all this. So it's like it puts you right in that. And it in your friends, I gotta say, all that nostalgia stuff when we get to that battle, it helped Reed out a whole lot. I ain't gonna lie. It helped him out a whole lot, player. But moving on to the third battle, man.
Yeah. Enes and Dot goes down. You know what I'm saying? They had a very entertaining face off. And I gotta say, man, Easy can sell salt to a slug, man, because he found a way to market the hell out of Dot. Well, I mean, he didn't overly market Dot. Obviously, he put Dot in the card and kept marketing the card, and then Dot showed up at the face off, had everybody kind of excited. But like, and I say this respectfully, like we know Dot's body by now, right? Like we know we should know
We
what
know
to
what to
expect.
expect. Yeah, we know
We
what
should
to
know what to
expect.
expect when we get a Dot battle. And of course, like it's not that he's not talented. It's not that he can't find a way to conjure up some dope lines and or a dope delivery in moments and times. But I've never ever seen him be able to put it together for a full like 3 round
Three
body of
rounds.
work.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And he fumbled the pack, man. He fumbled the pack. There's no other way to say it. He fumbled the pack.
France, although he may have fumbled the pack, the battle turned out to be a good, enjoyable battle, man. And it's actually what I anticipated it to be in my mind is what it was in real life. I mean, Enes shows up. He's wearing two hats, first of all. He's France, one for the sweat and one to wear. He said. So Enes Wilden wearing two hats in the battle, still dressed like he was 20 years ago. Yeah, no, you got to put the top one a little bit higher. Though. Yeah, 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 yeah. There you go. There you go.
Okay. It's
Yeah,
only
yeah.
right.
That's exactly how Enes showed up to the battle. And I knew from that point on, we were gonna get a little classic, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a little offshoot classic. It's exactly what it was. I gotta tell you though, big dog, I was pleasantly surprised by Dot's first round, dog. Like he put it together, friends. He put it together, big dog. Like the first round was good. I was shocked. I was like, what is happening right now? My man got two hats on. This guy actually got a fire first round that I can comprehend.
I actually got
You
him
know what
winning
I'm
the first.
saying?
I actually got him winning the first round.
That's what I'm saying. It started off a little turbulence where I was like, wow,
The
where's this
crowd,
going?
the
But then
crowd
he
was re-
got it. And
the
then it
crowd was
was
really restless. So like, there's a
straight.
lot of like, hold it down, hold it down, hold it down, right? And
I had to
I
pick
feel
it up
like if
after that second battle, man. That's what happened.
I seen people say like, did Ness have a hard stumble or choke? I don't think he choked. I just think Ness is so like it's such in rhythm when he starts to like get into his bag that all that chatter prevents him from like winding up and getting into it. So like he had
Yeah.
to stop once or twice, but I never felt like he didn't know his material or he like was stuck on a bar or anything. I just felt
Right.
like he couldn't like they were preventing him from getting charged up to get in his bag. You know what I'm saying? But his first round was a bit on the lighter scale, and Dot's first round obviously had some highlights. It was pretty good. You're right. It's pretty good. I can't even front on his first round. It was a
It
good
was
first
it was
round.
it was put together. You know what tripped me up though? Because Enes was like, "Yo, man, my second round, I might take the foot off the gas because my hypertension." And I'm like, hypertension. Like, yo, this is the first time I've heard hypertension be used as a reason in a battle. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've heard of the asthma for people with the smoke. We know Jack got lupus. We've seen that happen. We've seen homegirl in Philly, her leg fall asleep and she almost fell off the stage. You know what I'm saying? But I have never, ever, ever heard of a rapper using
But I gotta say,
hypertension as a reason to go
Ness look
ahead.
healthy though. Ness look healthy,
Yo,
man.
that's what I was gonna say. He lost 40 pounds. I was like, yo, Ness looking young. He definitely shed some weight, but he set it up in the face off saying that his second round he was gonna take it a little bit lighter because he needs to preserve his energy. He needs to chill, which he's joking, but in the same hand, it's like it's kind of serious because we've seen Ness, at the end of battles gasping for air and stuff like that. But the 40-pound loss, him not smoking cigarettes a couple of days before the battle and all that stuff, it all really paid off. But I say that to say this: I thought he was going to be stupid out the gate, but it turns out that it wasn't until the second and the third that he really kicked up. So you
Yeah.
lied to me, Ness. You know what I'm
His
saying? Like you
his
lied
second
to me.
round. His second round.
Hold it down. You get a body shot, then overtime. They reminisce overtime. The body drop right in front of y'all. It's not close. I stand overtime and keep shooting. I'm not supposed to stop. So many bullet holes, your new name is broken. I'm smoking that. Fucking time limits. I got broken clocks. I'm walking around with a pair of scissors. That's how you broke it down. I just came to see if you prepared, if you're gonna choke or not. When you die, they bring you back to life. The new RoboCop.
Oh, you even play the best live, man. We said, I dragged that, etc., etc. It was
Etc.
so stupid, man. Like, oh man. And I mean, Dot's next two rounds, it wasn't necessarily the same as his first round.
He did have a
And
dope bar in the second round. The integral.
which
Integral
one?
bar. He had a bar in the second round. I think it was like. Let me see if I can find it. I have a note here for it.
Yeah, but but
He
he definitely was consistent though, man. I felt bad for him when he had that hard stumble, man, towards the end, and it was kind of like, you got it, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like I really wanted the battle to end a lot sturdier than that, but nonetheless, though, man, Dot was entertaining, and he had some lines for sure. He even got into a dope flow, man, with the malt liquor bowl flow and all that stuff. And I was pleasantly surprised. This was exactly what I was expecting. This was exactly what I wanted out of this battle. If you're a fan of Enes, if you're a fan of Dot, you will be a fan of this battle, man.
damn. I forgot the bar he had in the second round. I thought I wrote this down here, but he had one bar in the second round that everybody in the timeline was like, "Oh, hold up, man. This was tough."
Yeah, no,
Um,
Dot showed up.
um, the lateral bar. That's what it was. Pass it to my then pass
Yeah.
it back to my man's like lateral. That was crazy. That was a really good round. That was a really good round from Da. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have him
Mhm.
winning it though, because rappers, you should know this by now. If you don't remember your shit, just quietly segue out the round, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just call time on yourself. Don't scream on fuck. Don't be like, damn. Don't make the expression that lets us know that you messed up. You know you messed up. We don't
Yeah,
gotta know you messed up. We could just be
yeah.
like, he cut it short, but I like what I heard. But if you do the whole damn fuck like and bring it back, or like clearly visibly show that you lost some kind of placement or you didn't end the round the way you wanted to, then people could dock you for it. And I think he had a good enough round that if he doesn't have that, someone would argue for it.
Right, I can see the argument. But once you do that, and Enes was straight, he went straight through his material, and his material was just as good. You're gonna have to give the round to Ness. But
So
like I
when
said, man, it was entertaining. You know what I
so when
mean?
Dot so when Dot said Jay Black over Enes, he's trying to get on the Cody list, right? Like that's what it is.
Yeah,
Like he's
yeah,
trying he's trying to get a spot on that list
yeah.
because I love Jay Black. Jay Black, my man, but Enes Philly legend, bro. We're not doing that.
Oh man. Hey, listen, man. You
You know,
gotta you gotta do what you gotta do to get on that list, man. You gotta grease some palms, yo.
Ness has a third round, a little level less than his second round, but still a very good
Yeah,
round.
still
Awesome,
dope.
awesome Ness performance. If you're a Ness fan, like you got everything and more that you wanted from this. You know what I'm saying? You got to give Ness his props for 20 years plus in the game, still having the energy to love the fun. He loves the craft. Doesn't matter if he's an undercard, overcard, main event, small event, big league, small league. Doesn't matter the opportunity. Even just a regular freestyle. If I see a freestyle or a
Oh,
cipher
I'm
or net,
pressing play.
like I'm pressing play. Like that's
Pressing
just how
play.
it is. I'm pressing play, so I got to give Ness his flowers on that for sure because he's so dedicated to just the craft of rap. And although his style has honestly probably been the same all these years, it's still as mesmerizing as
It's his. It's
it's
vintage. It's still good. It
it's still as
still sounds
mesmerizing
good.
and as perfect as it is to what he is as a battle rapper and as a rapper. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
It's
and
like putting on a classic album. Puts you right in that mood. You never get tired of it, and it's still current.
but Dot mentions a verb in this third round,
Oh man.
and and less than 30 seconds later,
A
he
verb starts
choked,
at space.
and then
Less
verb
than 30 seconds after that.
verb said, "Fire up the grill, put this pineapple on the grill."
Verb was waiting for that moment, boy. Waiting for that moment. I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, out of all the places to choke at on Verb's name, man. Couldn't believe it, Don. You were doing well, bro. You were doing
Yeah,
well.
you were.
But I mean, this is still a good look for him, though, man. And like I got to tell everyone also, with short notice, I was very impressed because Ness, he's had some fumbles here and there. He's had some times where he's tripping over the bars and stuff like that, and the energy and just being able to project because of the weight and the breathing and stuff. So he really cleaned all of that up, and he gave us a good, clean performance. So props to Ness, bro.
Yeah, props to Ness. Shouts to Ness for also saying, "I want to see if you're going to be prepared or now, or you're going to choke," and it ended up happening. So good foreshadowing there by Ness as well.
Yo, but I gotta say, man, their
Yeah.
face-off definitely made me more interested in watching this
No, they
battle
sold it. They sold it.
because
They sold salt to a slug. They sold it.
because
They
after
sold it,
Danny Myers
bro.
pulled a Homie Simpson on this card, they had to step up.
you ever like there's like a Kennedy's, maybe like a Subway, certain spots that you don't really eat at, but you
Yeah.
might see somebody eat there. You might see a commercial. You might walk past and be like, you know what? I'm kind of hungry. Fuck, let me go ahead and
Man,
grab
sometimes you
something from
just
here.
feel dirty, man. Sometimes you
And
just
then
want that dirty hood meal, yo.
and then once you unravel it, you're like, damn, man, I knew this was gonna be mid, but I went in there, still got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what happens?
I kind of feel that way whenever I have Wendy's, to be honest. I'm like,
Yo, stop playing, man. Wendy's ain't bad, bro. You tripping?
nah, I ain't
bro.
saying it's bad. It's just like afterwards, I feel kind of dirty. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
It's like after you hop on one of them late night websites, you know what I'm saying?
you know what? I don't eat there, but I know for a fact the White Castle eaters. If you guys listen to your White Castle eaters, I know you gotta feel that way. I know you gotta feel that way.
Yo, White Castles is a yo. You leaving a club for something in the morning and White Castles is open? Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm going through that drive-through, man. Going through that drive-through. Getting a case, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fries, throwing them back, B. Throwing them back. Yeah. Oh man, France. We were supposed to have Danny Myers versus Rosenberg Raw in this battle. Yeah, didn't go down, man. Shall we talk about this before we talk about Eazy and them or afterwards? Because we gotta address it.
Yeah, let me pull up the article. I did write an article about this actually.
We're gonna talk about it before the Eazy battle. Let's go.
Yeah, we nice little. We'll make you guys work for the Eazy and Reed battle. So Danny Myers backside of the Gutta City Trenches card, and
2 days before the card, mind you.
Yeah, despite his commitments to honor the contract, external pressures have forced him to prioritize other aspects of
external pressures.
I'm getting better, Vlad.
What pressures were those? What external pressures were those?
Let me read this here. Danny Meyer acknowledges his decision to withdraw from the battle has nothing to do with Eazy, the black captain of Rosenberg Raw, and he states that Eazy has generously taken care of him with a deposit and paid him for the battle, but circumstances have placed him in a precarious position where Danny Meyer states that he was advised multiple times against participating on Easy's card when Eazy announced a relaunch of the trenches after he lost several matches. Danny Meyer says that he received phone calls daily about backing out of the card, and and then Danny Meyer states that an
What you gonna do,
ultimatum was
Danny?
presented.
What you gonna
Danny
do?
Meyer states that an ultimatum was presented to him from URL, and the fact that he was faced with a choice whether it was align himself with URL or face the
Mm,
consequences of being ostracized from
mm.
future opponents. Danny Myers did confirm that his choice was if his choice to stay on the trenches card would have jeopardized everything. Everything was in jeopardy. It would have jeopardized his 2-on-2 and future opportunities. So, with the reputation that he has with URL and at the chance of maintaining financial stability, he found himself at the crossroads and made a decision. And so I think he was just in a lose-lose, Vlad. It was either Eazy and Rosenberg take the loss, or possibly Hustle, Jerry West, and Lou Castro might take the loss. He was going to hurt somebody, and that's a very bad space to be in, where no matter what decision you make, you affect somebody else's money.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Danny. I heard words like advised, daily phone calls, ultimatums,
Ostracized.
ostracized. Danny, I know you were afraid of hurting others, you know, so you wanted to stay on the card. And then I know you wanted to do the other card because you didn't want the other people, the other three people on your 2-on-2 to get hurt from you not being able to do the card. You didn't want your family to be hurt from you not staying with URL. But Danny, ultimately, man, the person taking the biggest hit from this one is you, my brother. You know, like you are a guy who walks, talks, breathes, bleeds battle rap, you know, and your story, we've seen the journey from you paying John, you know, to bringing Norbs out just to get the attention on you, the Rum Nitty Classic at KOTD, you know, your run was great, and then you paid Rex that 12K. Battle rap has never forgotten about that. It's always a topic. It always will be a topic, right? But like we say, friends, to be someone in this culture, you need storylines attached to you. You need topics attached to you. People need to say this happened, that happened, that happened, this year, that year, that year. Danny, you had a chance to become an underground hero, a legend. You had a chance to stand in defiance in the face of a league. And then when you do that, have everyone say, Danny's the bull. You can't boss Danny around. Like this would have been part of a legendary story. Because what would have happened? You think URL is really gonna pull Miss Hustle off of a card? Like with less than 12 days away from that card, Danny, you really think that's gonna happen? You think they're gonna pull Luke Castro, a guy who they've been invested in? They're gonna tell these three other people that they're not gonna be on this. Yo, if they did that, friends, they'd have no heart. You know what I'm saying? Like they would
So
have had no heart. Like,
there's a lot of
oh my
there's a
God.
lot of layers to this where it's like it makes me wonder, did Danny knew prior that he was not going to do this and waited till the last minute? Is
Can I
Danny
answer
under
that? Can I answer
is
that one at a time?
yeah,
Please.
we'll answer all the
All right,
speculation.
sorry. Yeah. He had he knew. You know what I'm saying? It's like he knew that he wasn't, but I think he was hoping that they would have just like laid off of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he knew, like, damn, son, if they keep pressuring, I think he knew if they said, yo, it's either this or that, he knew what he was going to do. But he was just hoping that it never got to this or that. When Danny says daily phone calls, he knew what was up. He knew what was going to happen. Like, you think they were going to let up? You know what I'm saying? Like, he knew what was going to happen. And it's like, oh, you gave Eazy no chance to redo the battle. You know what I'm saying? Rosenberg is out of a battle and out of a chance to perform in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? And it makes you look weaker. Like it. The reason why Eazy looks so strong is because everything he raps about, he's literally doing in the face of the biggest company in the industry. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like if Danny would have just stood on his 10 toes, man, it would have made him look like a giant. Instead, they were like, come here, Danny, bend those knees. And he was like, oh. They was like, what's your name? He's like,
do we need the visual? Do we need
Danny,
the visual?
what's your name? Bargard. Danny, what's your freaking name? Bark. Danny. It's Danny. It's Danny Myers. Danny Myers. Danny, they broke you down in front of the public, man. They broke you, Danny. That was horrible, man.
I wasn't ready for that.
They broke the man in front of the entire community, yo.
So again, there's there's a speculation of, did he know way prior that he wasn't going to do this? Because remember, Truffaut did say that when they asked him to be off the card, they wanted him to let Eazy know 2 days in advance. This is Truffaut's words. This is not my words. This is Truffaut's words. So obviously Danny ended up doing. Danny ended up.
Yo, there's a lot of chatting going on right now, man. Like we should not know all of this stuff, yo. This is.
I agree. I concur with you, my friend. Did he know prior? Is Danny actually under contract that we don't know about? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe he's not. He said he's not.
He says he's not. But what if the league says something different? You know,
well, we haven't heard from the league. You know what I'm saying? Or they declined to answer. They've been
ultimately. I don't know if it's something that he knew prior, but from what he was saying is that the pressure kept elevating, and they finally pushed the button closer to the date. But I'll say this much, man. Like, I really feel like at that moment you have to contest that, because it's like you're not. I don't think that they would go out their way to jeopardize Hustle, Castro, and Jerry West just for Danny's sake. You know what I'm saying? We all know that Danny battles any and everywhere, and is all about battling any and everywhere for the financial gains, because he has 10, 11 offsprings to feed, 10, 11, I don't know, more, double digits. You know what I'm saying? And I really feel like in that moment, like you say to yourself, Yikers Island got me. If I really if I really get blackballed, like they're not gonna let this happen. And you know, it's a bad spot to be in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna front. That car really could have used them too. You know what I'm saying? The car really could have used them.
Absolutely.
But let's say in the world he is under contract. Now, if he is under contract, does that make the move valid? I mean, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, if he's under contract, then whatever. But
right.
Danny said he's not, so we're gonna take his word for it, right? He said he's not under.
I don't know if I trust these guys when they say they aren't. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know if I trust them anymore. I don't know if I trust them. They say one thing and then something else happens, so I don't know to trust them.
Listen, all right. Let's say hypothetically he's not, right. If he's not, this is nasty, man.
But if he is,
no, if he is, it's business.
No, but it goes.
Well, wait a minute. But we don't know what the contract looks like, though.
Here's the other layer, though. If he is, why stay on the card after you getting several calls?
If he is, why even go on the card? Like, if Eazy calls you should be like, "Hey, player, good luck." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get the pay-per-view. I got that weekend off. I'm gonna just be chilling, getting ready for this 2-on-2. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he should have done.
Swamp is the only one that was like.
And look, is he facing any backlash? Like, are the people throwing tomatoes at him? No. I mean, Truffaut got it because he was the one that, you know, said, "Hey, they gave me a more lucrative deal."
Truffaut was at
he went on a run. Yeah.
Truffaut was like, "Let's see, y'all keep the same energy. Y'all all knew this wasn't happening. Y'all media is so funny." I'm like, Truffaut, Danny's not gonna escape criticism right now. I don't know why you're acting
Danny's
like
getting it the worst.
Danny's probably getting it worse than you. Like he's not
2
escaping no criticism.
days.
You know what I'm
And,
saying?
and the thing is, you got to figure like Danny is literally like a senior in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of the senior spokesmen. He's one of the older guys, and he's a journeyman. He works hard, and it's like, bro, you really had a chance. He had a chance to wipe out the stench of that 12K. You know what I'm saying? He really had a chance to. In battle rap, you don't really get that many Uno reverse cards, and he had one in his hand. And he was too afraid to play it, friends. And it was sad. It was sad watching them buck break him, man, in front of everybody. Like they gave him an ultimatum in front of the
No,
public and forced him to do it 2 days beforehand. And
this is where
admit, like
this,
I
this is the
broke my
only this
word.
this is the only moment where I want to. Hey, actually, let me read that quote. Actually, he has a quote saying
Let's
that, and I
do
put
it.
it in the
Come on.
article.
Here
Then
we
he
go.
says, "I chose the money over my word in this scenario. I apologize to the whole city of Philly, Rosenberg, Raw, Easy, but I have to do what's best for me and my family." And I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. Like at that moment in time, it's kind of like, damn, like I wanna empathize with Danny because they put him in a literal lose-lose situation. It's easier Rosenberg's bag affected or affect three other people's bags and your future one. But I genuinely
13 other
feel,
people's bags, his
huh?
family, his
Oh
kids
yeah.
and stuff.
But
15 people.
I genuinely feel like if you do that battle, I don't think they pull this match off the card. Like
They
they,
can't.
I don't think they
They
do that because
can't.
they cannot affect. I mean, would they go to that length? Who knows? But the point is, like,
I wouldn't put it past them.
I wouldn't put it past them to go to that length. But the point is like you need as much firepower on this card as possible. The last thing you want is hustle bombing on you guys. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, and if we don't see Danny on URL moving forward, they're gonna know it's for this reason, and
Right.
then everybody would just straight rally. Like
Right.
this is like I don't know. Like this is Danny is like highly ranked on this app. Like let me see something real quick. Let me get you some numbers here.
Let's
Danny
go.
is Danny is. Come on, man. This needs to load faster than this, man. All right, Danny has 35 battles on the app, bro.
Damn.
Who knows what his catalog is outside of it? So he's probably knocking on the door of like a good like 40, 50 URL battles. Where's his 50? What's his 50th cake?
Ain't getting no cake. Go get a little Debbie's, little ho hos. Get him some
So
Twinkies
like
from the gas station.
35 battles on the app. Ranked number 4 on the app. Ranked in the top 10 in reactions. Like this is not a guy that you just say to yourself, "I'm not gonna keep you around just because you went to go grab a quick two grand, $2,500." With
If that,
you know,
I was getting 1650.
hold on, he has 4, 8, 12, 13 battles on YouTube and 35 on the app. So he's actually knocking on the 50 battle
Yeah.
club.
Wow.
So this is a guy that's like he's affiliated. He's not even affiliated. He's loyal to you guys, but he's also loyal to his craft, getting the bag, and battling a fucking tin can every other week that he could. But I don't know. I empathize with him because ultimately, like, and being in that spot is so difficult, knowing that no matter your decision, you hurt somebody. And I don't have kids, Vlad, so I cannot relate to what the panic or anxiety is of losing your steady cash flow to provide for them. You know what I'm saying? I can't relate to that. So I'm gonna be empathetic there. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, all right. Jokes aside, you got to do what you got to do for your family.
Yeah.
I do get that. But it's like, dude, I really hope that when they advised you and consulted you, and called you day after day after day, that and Danny, he's leaked it out that he gets 10 figures, not 10 figures. Whoa,
5 figures.
5 figures per battle. Not
I get 10 figures. If I get 10 figures, I'm saying bye to you too.
peace out here. He gets up to 5 figures so far for some URL battles. I'm not sure all, but some. And I think he had like 7 battles last year or whatever on URL. And obviously all of them aren't, 5 figures, but let's say it averaged out to maybe 50 grand in his pocket or whatever at the end of the year or something like that. And when where for sure 50 might be coming from, and you got 10 kids, and I'm sure Danny still works and stuff like that, got his regular gig going on and all that. And it's like, but that extra 50, man, when you got 10, 11 kids, like it definitely not even comes in handy. It's necessary. You know what I'm saying? And they also know like who needs the extra bread, like who, not to say that Danny is hurting or anything like that. I'm not trying to diss him. I'm not trying to play him or anything of that nature. But URL knows, this extra supplemental income is necessary for some folks, man, and they can lean on that, and they know that when you need it, they can lean on you. You know what I'm saying? Things can become a little bit more predatory, and I understand it. Danny probably didn't see where that 50 was going to come from if he didn't do this battle. I get that, man, but it's like, bruh, you look crazy now. If he would have left when everyone else left, it's like, yo, you know what? It was a squad mission. Everyone bounced at the same time. You all get the same amount of heat. Truthful get a little bit more of the heat,
Yeah,
but
because
you
at
can
that point,
escape. But now you're
at
the
that point,
scapegoat.
it would have made perfect correlation of like, hey, everybody that signed to or affiliated with the league
Right.
was not going to involve themselves in the middle of the Eazy and URL war. Cool, but when he's telling Eazy and Rosenberg on the phone, this is words from Eazy. They're not going to try it out with me.
I
You know what
can't
I'm
try
saying?
that. I'm
I'm
the bar
good.
god. I'm Danny
I'm
Myers.
good. You know what I'm saying?
Can't get
Like,
that.
so then it's like, damn, bro. Like, they
2
did try
days,
it with you.
yo, son, and he looked so hurt, son. He looked so hurt when he had to explain that, and everyone telling him he had to bend his knees. You know what I'm saying? How he had to buckle, and oh man, it was just,
All right, man.
sad.
I gotta be honest. We spent 20 minutes on this. I'm ready to move on.
Sorry, player. Let's go, man.
Yeah. So let's focus on the last thing.
Donnie.
Yeah. The card could have very much been enhanced with the battle, but I'm sure we'll hear more about it this week. I'm sure that's not over.
Chop a lot of what was there?
Main event. Main event. You know what I'm saying? Main event goes
Woo.
down. Dollaz versus Eazy the Block Captain.
Yo,
You're not
another
undefeated because you clearly lost your
lost your
mind.
mind. Oh my god. Yo, another case where the face-off definitely helped sell some last-minute pay-per-views, man, because Reed was talking. He showed, I mean, Reed, though, man, I know we all getting older here, but Reed, you gotta do a couple push-ups and crunches, player. Like we looking crazy, man. We got the turkey wing arms, we got the pot belly, man. Like
He openly admitted, when he be in with his wife in the RV, she been feeding him good.
I got the grand pot belly. Like at 36 years old, be in the prime of your life. This is getting crazy. Wifey trying to take me off the market. I'm like, oh man, she's trying to take you off this earth, feeding you like that, bruh. But yo, face off was on point, man. Reed Dollaz showed up. He got everybody hyped. He was talking that talk, and from somebody who you don't see from that often. And like he says, yo, you don't see me on the gram talking battle rap much. You just see me in my RV life, just going across the country. So to see him and to see him talk, it definitely gave that feel. It definitely, I was like, you know what? From what he's talking, if he executed this way, it's gonna make for a dope battle, man. And friends, that's exactly. I've watched this battle a handful of times already, man. Not just for research purposes, but because I genuinely enjoyed it, man. Like they delivered, France. They really delivered with this battle, yo. Like I was thoroughly entertained by this battle and enjoyed this battle, man. All 3 rounds.
I know. I'm not gonna say all that because everybody wanted to call it like a battle of the year, and I feel like when you just do that prematurely, it's like give it a minute to breathe. But I could confidently say that this is a Philly classic. Like in battle rap, you have cult classics or classics to certain demographics and leagues. No doubt about it. This is a significant battle for Philly to Philly. So when Eazy starts his origin, like why am I battling Reed? Because he's a legend in Philly, and this is iconic. Like I feel that. That like I even get goosebumps thinking about him saying that because it's like this is iconic. When was the last time you battled here? Last time you battled here was 4 years ago, and before that was probably 2-3 years before that. So like in your modern era, you haven't gotten a lot of home games, and now like you're battling the person that is like holding down the city, arguably the best in the world. Not even arguably the best in the world. You know what I'm saying? And I will say this: I know everybody's like, "This is a passing of the torch." I got to be honest with you, Vlad. I think the torch was passed 20 months ago in that Summer Madness 11 stage when Dollaz headlined against Harlem, and Eazy was the runaway story of the night.
Yeah, man. This wasn't a passing of the torch battle. I think this was like, you know what? You see Easy's from the league owner mind frame to the business owner mind frame to the battle rap mind frame. Like it really made sense. You're gonna do a battle at home. Who's gonna draw that interest? Who's gonna be easy enough to work with? Who's going to be someone that the city will like have an emotional attachment to? So while everyone is like, oh, this is gonna be, and no pun intended, an easy battle for him. Why is he taking Reed Dollaz? Like it all made sense to me, and if he's giving Reed that pep talk, like, yo, like, listen, man, I understand that, I'm the last one to the party, but I'm bringing something to the party. By me doing this is gonna rejuvenate a lot of stuff that you've been going. It's gonna give a shot in the arm to everything that you've got going on hip hop wise right now. You know what I mean? And he's giving back to that community by bringing Reed Dollaz up and battling Reed Dollaz. Also giving back to himself too. Don't get me wrong. Like, nothing wrong with having a Reed Dollaz battle under your belt, especially if you came from Philadelphia, because these guys are living, walking legends from that era. Like they literally sparked the brains and imaginations of so many children and rappers, and Eazy the Block Captain. You know what I'm saying? Everybody from Philadelphia. You cannot, if you're rapping from Philadelphia and you're from a certain age range, age group, you cannot say that Reed or someone from that era, that particular pack of rappers did not, influence you. So it all made sense. And once I saw that Reed was talking, how he was talking during the face off, I said, all right, we might have one, man. And France, we had one, bro. We had one.
Yeah, we definitely had a fantastic battle. Reed's first round. If you're from Philly, when he's talking about all like dodging the cops on the bikes, and you never did this on Market Street, and he's naming all these blocks. Like I know I'm familiar with some of these blocks. I've been in Philly, but I didn't live there. So if you from there, you're like,
ain't no sales. You never went up Pine Street to pay no bail. You can't.
Even somebody not being from there, you can vividly paint all of these streets that he's saying.
Yeah.
And looking back, and if you watch Reed 10, 15 years ago on these DVDs, you can see him at some of these places that he's talking about.
Ridiculous,
so it really stood out. And he's like, what's that DVD Meek dissed me on?
Oh,
Block Captain. Like,
no, you know what
that
made the best part for that line? There was someone in the audience who was like, it wasn't planned, it wasn't like a call out, it was just straight from DVD memory. He was just said, a matter of factly, Block Captains. And then Reed brought the line home. And you can see why, France, I'm going to say this before we even talk about all three. You can see why in Philadelphia, right, there is a world where this battle is not clear. It's debatable on who won this battle. There's a world with this, France. I'm telling you, man.
Hey, I ain't saying you wrong. I'm just saying I don't agree. I ain't saying that you wrong. I'm just saying I don't agree.
If you're from that era, you live the DVDs, you cop the DVDs, you downloaded them, you ripped them, you listened to them on LimeWire, all that stuff. Reed gave you enough to say, I don't care what Eazy was doing. I don't care what this updated thing was. Reed gave me exactly what I wanted. I can see a world where people got Reed winning. That's all I'm saying, man. Like, I can see that world. I can see the reasonings for it.
I mean, look. When you are a certain stature of a battle rapper, there comes a point in time where if you give your audience, your demographic, your fan base enough to work with, they are happy and they can run with it. No doubt, Reed did enough for the old heads, the people that are 35 plus in Philly, the people that grew up on watching him, people that hate Eazy the Block Captain online. He did enough for all of them. All right, no doubt about that.
Yeah,
no doubt about that. But for me, watching it, I just felt like, Reed's rounds aren't as short as people think that they are. So maybe like his third round is the shortest out of the others, but on a more modern scale of battle rap, I just feel like Eazy just doing all the things is more advanced. And at one point in time, Reed's whole theme just became a little redundant. Like obviously he brought it to the face offs in the first round when he's mentioning all the streets, it really hit, right? But then the second and third round still kind of the same talk. And me personally, Vlad, like he kind of does mention his stature and his legacy and what he's done for YouTube DVD and people being influenced by him in nearly every battle, to be
Oh
honest.
yeah,
So like,
yes.
I'm just kind
But
of, I'm just kind of like, all right, I've heard it before. It'll always work for a round because you are who you are, but it doesn't work for full 3 rounds.
right, but here's what I'm saying. In that setting, in that environment, in that city versus that guy, I know he said similar things in other battles, but they don't matter as much in those like when he's saying it here, it's hitting differently. And here's the difference I've seen like in the 3 rounds. Like the first round, it's like easy. Reed is 36, Easy's 34, maybe 35 now or whatever. They could have went to high school together. You see what I'm saying? Like Easy's just got a super late start in rap. So when he's saying, "Okay, you're the block captain. We know you went to jail. That's a fact for sure. But I was on the streets doing all of this madness, all the street stuff with all of these guys from across the city, people from North, out west, people from South. He's from Southwest Philadelphia. He's like, how come I never ran into you? How come I never ran into anyone that's ran into you? We're 1 to 2 years apart. Where are you doing all this stuff at? Not saying that he didn't do none of this stuff, because he said, maybe you were in the outskirts, like when he said, what he said, when you think of my part of town, you think of fiends ripping through the trash. When you think of your part of Philly, you think of clean air, nice grass. You know what I'm saying? Like it was that classic feel where you're like, yo, these guys are the same age. I'm doing all this stuff. We've never seen you. That's round 1. Round 2 is like, okay, we're all rapping, we're all battling, we're all trying to get on. Where were you battling at? Who were you battling? Like, you're not on any one of these DVDs. No one knows your name. No one ever mentioned you. And you've been rapping for how long? And you're from Philadelphia. So even though it's like similar themes, he switches it enough to like where it's like, okay, this is from the street part, this is from the rap part. And the third round was just like,
Hey,
I
bro,
gotta close this up and bring it home, man. You know what I mean?
if you got Reed with it, say that. If you got Reed with it, you can just say that.
No, listen. On a technical level, because here's what happened. No. Here's what happened. Eazy, that third round, he was like, okay, like enough of this. Let me get like super lyrical. Let me break out all the entendres. Let me break down the wordplay. Let me get real fancy with this and show you, yes, man, this stuff has been updated. I've got all the mechanics of today. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, he had more punchlines. He had more entendres. He had more similes. He had more figurative language, as Cass would say. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. But all I'm saying is when you go to rounds 1 and 2, there is a world where this battle is debatable. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
I think the first round is extremely competitive. Like if you give Reed the first round, I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Because Eazy's first round is just like he's out the gate trying to land all these bombs of bread. The bread over him is molded. You know what I'm saying? So he's landing haymakers at that moment, right? And so at that moment, if you prefer what Reed is like, the substance of Reed over the haymakers of Eazy, like I can live with that.
That's
you know
what
what
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And that round I can live with that. But then moving forward, the next 2 rounds, like I don't feel like the substance outweighed what Eazy did, because Eazy also brings in that substance as well. Because at that moment, Eazy's showing a little bit of everything. He starts getting into his drug bag, starts getting into his punching bag. He gets into his flows. He even gets into a little bit of like the directness of Reed too. So like he's not. People's like, oh, he's not as direct as Reed. No, Eazy's always direct, bro. Maybe he has a moment where it gets a little bit more general, but doesn't everybody in a battle rap at some point, especially if they're talking about drugs? Like when he talked about the shortage, I charge it. Sometimes I charge it. Don't like the wire has a shortage. Like that shit is
fire.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Man, that shit is crazy. Or the RV General bar, the insurance bar. That's crazy. That's perfectly tailored to read. So like, and that's in the second round. So when he's dropping those bombs, it's like it surpasses to me the same theme, even though it's a little bit different than what Reed is doing. And that's why I got to give Eazy a lot of credit, because it's like he knows the multitude of ways to attack somebody. And even though this wasn't the best counter writing display from Eazy, because obviously in the first round he's like, if you're gonna say I'm from Philly, that's bogus. We know, like, like he tried to defuse that early. And Reed wasn't necessarily saying you wasn't from Philly. It was more like, where were you? Where were you at?
That's what I'm saying. And like
where were you at? So like it was. He was more like, where were you at? But like, I still felt like what Eazy was able to bring was still more advanced, more hard hitting, more just like it connected better. So I'm not just here to quickly just look at like the substance. Like I like what Reed is doing. Don't get it twisted. The whole you clearly undefeated. You lost your mind. This is a new chopper too. Like all that shit is fire.
You got your teeth fixed.
You got your teeth fixed. That shit. That shit. That shit is fire. But I look at what Eazy's doing. I'm just like, this is just an iOS update right here. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I really feel like there's no discussion. But I can understand if Reed has that much nostalgia to you. You're from Philly, or you really dislike Eazy the Block Captain, because Eazy took some shots at people. So if you're one of those people, I get it, because you look at even our Twitter post, like 75% to 25, 77 to 23. So like if for every 4 people in the room, one person's gonna think Reed won, and that's okay.
I hear you, man. But I'm just saying, there's a hardcore fan base there that's gonna debate that, especially in the Philadelphia area, because like you said, man, the stuff that's hard hitting and real to a lot of folks, especially from that area, like I said, the folks who grew up with that, they're gonna lean towards Reed. Everyone else, though, you know what I'm saying, that the current battle rap community, they're gonna be like fire battle, but Eazy got that. You know what I'm saying? He outvetted him.
I also feel like
crazy to say outvetted him, because Homeboy is the bigger vet, but
I also feel like Eazy's the one with the clearest round. You can argue Eazy Gentleman's 30. You can't really argue Reed Gentleman 30. So like, I hear the whole Reed. Somebody in the world will have Reed winning thing, but like overall, I'm just looking at Eazy like, nah, he got this. But I will say though, out of Eazy's 14-0 run since 2019 to now, right? His run where he's undefeated. This might have been my least favorite Eazy out of all those battles. You know what I'm saying?
Why is that?
No, I mean, he was good, but like I can't say it was better than the Hitman Eazy. I don't know if it was better than the Big T Eazy. It's definitely not better than Goods or Chess or Shine. You know what I'm saying? Like when I start to rank all the Eazy performances, like this is definitely we're reaching towards territory now with this. Like, is it better than his Cortez and Danny's performance? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe not. You know what I'm saying? But maybe this battle didn't call upon him being that. You know what I'm saying? And don't keep in mind, this is a man that's hosting every single battle, front row and center. So he didn't ever leave anywhere to go fix the mechanics and get tightened up. He was ready, locked and loaded. He had to deal with all of the shenanigans of this event. You know what I'm saying? Was relentlessly promoing. And people got to the point where like, yo, I've never seen you this distracted for a battle. Are you going to be ready?
Right.
He had moments where he didn't really stumble, but like he said himself, like,
catch a couple words. He had to catch a few words.
He said himself like,
each round.
He was like, I'll tighten up on that. You know what I'm saying? So that's where he's always his own critic. So he's always looking ways to get sharper and better. So that's something a little bit uncharacteristic. But overall, I'm just saying, like, if I have to rank all of Eazy's performances, I don't think the Reed one is like the top of like his run.
Yeah. But I will say this though, man, he provided the kind of material that works for this battle. You know what I mean? Like, I think with some battles, you may have to go above and beyond. With each battle, you got to take different approaches and stuff. And he knew what this was all about, man. This was Philly. You don't need to overcomplicate things, because you can see from this crowd, man, it's like sometimes the most simple stuff got them going
and
crazy.
Can everybody?
And
I won't lie. Like when we started the K Walker and Riggz battle, I heard people saying this is Philly gas, And when Eazy and Rita battling, they're like, "There's gas." Maybe people are a little overexcited from their entourages. Like Frank is grabbing Reed, and
Yo,
people
man.
are grabbing
Whoa.
Eazy. But I felt like it was almost equivalent, and they're both from there. So I'm like, why am I going to complain about this?
Let
Like
them
this,
have fun, man.
what else am I? What else am I to expect from people battling in their city, and especially these two guys?
Yeah, and like you said, man, with Frank there, I want to say I saw NH there and all that. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of familiar faces and stuff like that. So, for those guys, those people, Reed won. Like, you're
Oh
not gonna
yeah,
tell
yeah, yeah,
Frank
yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah,
all of those
yeah,
guys that Reed
yeah, yeah,
lost.
yeah,
You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? So,
yeah,
all
yeah,
of them
yeah.
guys that are my age and a little bit younger, like Reed won from them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
they don't
yeah.
care how complex your man got. Like, your man lost. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna tell you. But it is a Philadelphia classic. I will say that. As far as the overall battle rap classic, I'm not throwing that on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it some time. I'm gonna let it breathe. But I have watched it several times, and I definitely enjoyed it each time that I watched it. But it's definitely a Philadelphia classic. If you're from that area, it's gonna be one
Yeah,
of
yeah,
those
yeah.
battles to study
Definitely.
and really enjoy and go back to and watch. And I gotta say, man, with everything that Easy was going through, he really delivered. You know what I'm saying? He
And that's
delivered.
why I
He
know, like,
delivered, man.
I
He
know
delivered, yo.
maybe we shouldn't like pour in the external things into the performance because we only want to judge what happens within the
Mhm.
lines of those 3 rounds. Like I should only be judging you off the 35 minutes of content that you brought to
Right,
me
right.
instead of everything outside of it. But it's no way I cannot look at everything outside of it and think about how you executed there and not give you more credit. Like as much as I did enjoy this Reed performance, like Reed was radio silent to like the week of the event. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
While
yeah.
Easy was dealing with like real
He's on every
situations that are
panel. On
he was on
every
every
YouTube
panel.
channel, man.
He dealt with the real stress that the league owners are dealing with now. You know what I'm saying? He even said himself, Danny hasn't paid the money back to him. He said, Danny ain't paid me back
Oh,
yet.
man.
So like there's so much that happened with his
Oh,
event.
God.
And for him to be able to host it, be on top of it, be punctual, obviously even get the stream to its highest quality production
Right.
quick, like I got to give that a little bit of like, yo, he battled at a
You
high
gotta
level where
acknowledge it. You gotta acknowledge
like
it,
he
yo.
battled at a high enough level where he won by the consensus. Yeah, it could be debated by some people in the world, but everything that he had to deal with outside of this performance, as opposed to what Reed had to do, Reed just came in with his
Reed just had to
230.
get off the RV and just rap, yo. That's it,
Right,
man.
right, and you know, Easy didn't rap excessively long rounds. I actually got a chance to time it. Outside of the third
How much
round,
longer were the rounds though? Because watching it, it felt like his
yeah,
rounds were
it definitely
longer, yo.
it definitely felt that way. It's because Reed's first round was a solid 4 and some change, and
Mhm,
then every other round after that started to just drop off in time. And
mhm.
Easy's first round matched his time. Easy's second round matched his first. So they the thing is, Reed was the one that's like, I'm not gonna write as much for the other 2 rounds. Like his first round was his longest round out of the other two, which is probably
I
the round you hear,
mean, they were
which is the which is
contracted for
which
2 minutes, right? 2:30
no,
cap.
yeah, no doubt. But in a moment like this, like
Eh,
I don't expect
Easy's
Easy
like
to
I'm gonna be a greasy league owner.
like nothing about
breaking
Easy.
you breaking the contracts already, brother?
Like after everything that's happened and so much to address, there's no way Easy's rapping 230. There's no
He's like,
way.
man. He's like,
There's no
man, fuck
way.
them contracts, man.
And me personally,
I
Reed
wipe
like
my ass with the contract.
Reed definitely is somebody that always sticks to his time limits.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
when people do that, you have to respect it because they're actually following the rules at the end of the day.
Mm.
But
Easy don't
in a,
follow no rules, man.
but
You know that.
For Reed, in a situation, I guess you gotta think this young boy gonna tear my hair off. I gotta at least throw an extra 30
Or
seconds.
you gotta
I
pay
gotta,
him more, man. You gotta pay him. You asking for an extra minute and 30
yeah,
seconds of rapping?
yeah.
You gotta pay him more, man. Come on. What are we doing?
I feel like this is just a residual effect of us never regulating time because now we never know what to do with these things sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Easy the greasy league owner, man. He's like, yo, ball, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, ball. He
nah,
coming 4:30.
hey, I'm just saying for the
Knowing that
situation.
Reed is gonna stop at
No,
2:12.
no, for the situation
Yeah.
for the situation at hand, clip up, man.
You
Clip up
gotta
a
pay
little
him
bit.
more. You gotta pay him
No,
more, man.
yeah, but clip up, man. Clip up, man. You know what I'm
Hey, it was
saying?
gonna be a one rounder, so we should just be happy that they gave us this. You know what I'm saying? Reed ain't
Yeah.
choke, Reed ain't mess up. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be happy. You go give him that extra 30 seconds and jam up, and then now all of a sudden, oh, Reed needs to hang it up. Why is he even bringing Reed back?
But
Reed's
Vlad,
stroking, Reed's this.
look, the round where he gave a little extra more in the clip, his first round, is the round that you arguably have him winning, and most people arguably have him winning. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Yeah,
again,
but now
maybe
you're asking him to do that 2 more times in a battle that he's already
hey,
short time for. You know what I
all
mean?
I'm saying is, look what happens when you bring an extra clip. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah, I hear you. He's gonna turn
Hey,
into Big K all of a sudden now, right? You know what I
I'm
mean?
sorry, man. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, like I wish we lived in a world where time limits were regulated because it would make judging battles so much easier.
Right,
We'll
right.
be able to cut through the filler. We'll be able to evaluate people's material more proficiently. But at the end of the day, nobody ever follows that shit. I ain't telling you to bring a whole extra 2, 3, 4 minutes, but an extra 30-second clip can make a difference. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Listen,
That's all I'm saying. That's
look,
all I'm
I hear
saying.
you, man, but
That's all I'm saying.
certain people gonna give you what you pay them for, man, and be out. So it's like,
Yeah.
you can't be mad at that, man. It's what they signed. That's what
I
the
mean,
contract said. You know what I'm saying?
you could be mad at that when your opponent go over. You know what I'm saying? You could be mad at that. At that moment, it's like, damn, hold up.
Listen, man, but
Like,
he's so
like,
thorough. He's so thorough and sturdy. That he ain't gonna do that because he wouldn't be a real ninja if he called time on somebody. You know what I'm saying?
hey, all I'm saying is it never hurts to clip up a little extra. That's all I'm saying.
That's like police work to him, man.
You're
You better say
already there.
time.
Like you're already in the groove, man.
But
You
think
know what I'm
about this,
saying?
right? Let's say Easy's going crazy. He's like mid, and then Reed goes time, and everyone's just like, "Oh, come on, boy, come on, boy, you from that era." You from that era. That ain't how we carry it. They're gonna be like, you ain't called time 20 years ago. You calling time now? What's happening here?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They're gonna make Reed look crazy.
Well, nonetheless, great opportunity for Eazy the Black Captain. Trenches one was a success. You
Great
know what I'm
battle.
saying?
Great
Good
battle.
battle. Very good battle.
Great battle.
Philly Classic means a lot for Philly. Again, not a passing of the torch for me because the torches have already been in Easy's hands for the last year and some change.
Right.
But
I do like how Easy's trying to give back to Philadelphia. You know
he's been about it. He's been about it since Summer Madness. Like when they all mobbed out for that card, then you see him at some of those RB straight to a card supporting Cicero, supporting Rosenberg. You know what I'm saying? They all were deep there. Like they've been on this
wheels.
Yeah. They've been on this. They've been on this movement. You know what I'm saying? So I respect
Cicero. Man's a businessman, man. He's trying to set alliances, boy.
And you kill two birds with one stone. Both two things can be true at once.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, man. But
he did take a shot at Geechi Gotti at the end of this.
Yeah. Oh. He did. What'd you think about that?
Paralyze my brother so I could get to a fucking crib. Eazy and Geechi's a battle I didn't like.
No, that battle has to go down for sure. And he did, ARP called me up and told me you owe him money and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And you owe money to 3 leagues and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, man, Reed did what was best for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's funny, though, man. Now that he's a league owner, the league owners have to call him up and like, you're booking Reed? Huh? He ran off of my pack.
I want to say this.
How does this work now?
I want to say this about Reed. I know I've been critical of him over the last year because let's be honest, his last 4 battles is a reason to critique.
Yeah.
I've always felt like Mook got more of the brunt from that Summer Madness performance.
They both.
They both deserved it, but I feel like Mook was the face for it.
Of course.
He did really good against Will, but still messed up in his 3rd round. He pulled out his phone against Big K, recycled against Ward, and no showed. So I felt like it was valid critiques to give Reed, but I think the reason why Reed kind of dodges criticism sometimes is because how humble he is, though. He's not out here talking shit. He's not out here like bragging or being, an egomaniac like some of his other DVD peers or other rappers. So like when you see Reed, it's like hard to dislike him. People always love Reed. You always hear positive reception and respect for Reed amongst his peers. So that's probably why the culture isn't always like on his helmet, even when things happen. And he deserves some of the criticism for it.
It's like JC. You know what I mean?
Right.
JC ran away with some deposits, no showed here and there. We ain't see nothing, but when he pops back up, it's like, hey, Julian, what's up, man? You got balls?
Yeah.
He's do whatever he wants, man. Man can't do no wrong, you know.
Yeah.
But good ass battle, man. Like I'm definitely gonna watch it again. I'm gonna give it a YouTube spin for sure. You know, I'm gonna help the brothers out, you know. But with everything there was a lot on the line. The man stepped up to the plate, yo, and he knocked it out the park, man. And this just grows the legend of Eazy, the block captain. He stood in the face of the URL cartel through his own event that, you know, by admittance of the first participants that were going to be on the card, they all got pulled off the card. You know what I'm saying? They all got made other offers and decided, I'm going to bend them knees. I'm going to kneel down in that salt and I'm going to take them lashings. You know what I'm saying? So good luck to them.
You see interviews of Easy's dad afterwards?
Oh my gosh, man. We see where this guy gets it from, man.
I mean, the bull was all right, then he got better. Then the bull was all right, then he got better. Then the bull was all right, then he fucking smashed it. He talk shit, then he talk shit better. Every motherfucking word was ball, nigga. Even the old motherfuckers was like, he fucked him up.
Yeah, Vlad. What the old guys got to say now? What the old guys got to say
That's
now?
his daddy, man. What you want him to say, man? Come on, boy.
He's giving
But-
T Morant vibes. He's giving T
No.
Morant vibes.
So Paredes, how about
It's a parade inside my city.
Yo, T Captain is crazy, but he definitely giving T Morant vibes, man. And you see what happened to Ja Morant, man. So slow it down, Pop the block captain.
Yeah, let's take it easy. Let's take it easy.
No,
Before we wrap things up,
yeah.
Eazy and Geechi, is that the next battle?
Yo, that's not a random shot, man. Easy's very calculated, so that leads me to believe that something's in talks in the background, man, and something's about to happen. You know, so I just wait for the announcement at some point in time because we know Remy got to do another, you know, big card situation. You know, Geechi already said he's down for it. He wants this to happen. This has to happen. It's gonna happen. I don't see URL being able to do to Geechi what they did to Danny, man. I don't see that happening, bro.
Yeah. It's a battle I need and like. RB, Chrome, wherever. I definitely want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Probably this summer. We might see it sooner than we know, Vlad.
I'm here for it, man. I am here for it. It's gonna be a classic if both dudes do what they're supposed to do. I definitely need the big ambiance for this, man. I need all the pageantry. I need the fanfare.
Sony Hall energy. That's what you need. Yeah.
Do you believe? You know what I'm saying? Sony Hall energy, believe, wherever. I definitely need to see it, man. And but France, man, it just got me thinking. It's so sad that people who believe they're not in contract or who are genuinely have not signed contracts can have their lives dictated. You know what I'm saying? And be told what to do and not even be signed to a company or get the benefits from it. You told me Danny has not paid the deposit back, which I can't believe is a large deposit. You know what I'm saying? Because he said he took peanuts for it just to help his man out. And you and I know Danny has taken peanuts to be on big cards and to help people out in the past. So him not being able to pay that back lets me know that he did not get, or let me assume and make an ass of myself, that he did not get a big block upfront payment for these next 4 or 5 battles. Because if they would say, hey, man, you know what? We don't have the opponents for you, but we normally give you 5 figures or whatever each battle. Hey, man, here's 25,000 right now. We're going to give you 5 opponents within the next 12 months. Just sit tight.
Yeah.
They could have paid the Eazy thing back. That makes me assume that did not happen. So I'm like, how are you getting screwed and then not even getting the big bag to hold you over or invest right now for it? Like there's no paperwork saying, I'm assuming, I could be totally wrong, but I can only see that there's a world where there's not a document signed that says here's 25,000 for 5 opponents within the next 12 months. Handle your business. Stay over here.
I don't want to speculate that far.
I'll do that. I'll do that. You don't have to do that. I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, we should just stick to what's on the surface so far.
Ah.
No, we should because I can't take it. I can't take a one-sided word of this. I'm gonna let you whatever you put out there, whether it's wrong or right.
No. Right. I'm saying this is my. This is how I'm breaking it down in my brain. Nothing about this is founded. This is not any journalistic. We didn't do any background checks. We didn't call Danny and ask. I'm just trying to be logical and seeing how this would break. Because if he didn't pay the man back his down payment.
Well, because on Friday, I mean, maybe we don't know when it's paid back or not, but as a Friday at the face-offs, Eazy said, I haven't gotten paid back.
And he announced Thursday that he's not doing the battle. You announced Thursday you ain't doing the battle. The money should have been, if he went live at noon, the money should have been sent to Eazy at 11:59, and then you go live at noon. Like that. I'm just saying. This is not the journalistic portion of the show. This is just, Vlad just expressing himself. Danny, lock down that 25,000 in one shot. Get one big bag right now. Tell them, give me 5 people within the next 12 months, and then give me my back end. Then, like, they caught you with your pants down, bro. You know what I'm saying? They caught you with your pants down, gave you the goods, and you ain't even get the bread from it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, get it together, bro. They can't do this to you, Danny. I'm sorry to go back to this, friends, but it was just heartbreaking, man, being a part of Yikers Island. To see the look on his face, man. It was sad, bro.
You had to end the pod on the sad.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I just had to, I thought about it again.
We gave it a whole. We almost spent half the pod at the point talking about it. I wanted to leave it alone, man.
Friends, we only do the show once a week right now. We're gonna turn up. There's gonna be more, so keep on the lookout. You know what I'm saying? We'll be going live too, YouTube family. You know what I'm saying? But the people ain't gonna see us for another 7 days. I gotta get this all off. Pause. You know what I mean? But
listen. You didn't have to do all that because we probably have more things to worry about later this week. Let's get up out of here. The drama of this never ends. This never ends. All right. It's literally every other day it crescendos. And I wouldn't put it past me that it continues to crescendo after what we just seen. Plus, we got to wait for ARP's response to Reed, too. All right. Reed went berserk on ARP. So, like, we can leave Danny alone. We got a new drama coming real soon.
Oh man, friends, man, we might have to get back again together this week because we got the URL card coming up this weekend, man. You know what I'm saying? We got Gnome Impact happening June 10th down in Atlanta. So if you're in that area, please go buy the tickets. The drama continues. Eazy struck this week. The URL cartel will strike back on Saturday, and then the week after that, Remy Ma has her card.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Ace and Piranha. We'll leave that.
This France. We got to get together again this week, man. Like this. You got to do another show. If y'all want another show, please drop the comment down below, man.
I'm down.
YouTube people, thank you for rocking out with us, man. We greatly appreciate it. We see the numbers. Thank you guys for rocking with us. All our day one supporters, man. Thank you guys. We can't thank you enough. Please log on to letstalkbattlerap.com. Daily articles. This is from us, man. Support us. You know what I'm saying? Because we're definitely out here putting in boots to the ground for you guys, man. So until next time, y'all be good. Don't let your knees bend. And remember, your name is Donnie. All right, man. See y'all next time.